tonight, what's so important about faith? I do not mean that. What faith are you? Let me show you what I mean biblically. Romans chapter 3, if you please. It is essential that we understand our terms. Because, as I say, this is a part of my assignment, teaching on this subject. Not to say I know everything about it, but I know something. And it's appalling to me how many people they don't really have a clue. I mean, Christians, spirit-filled, tongue-talkers, Bible-toters, orange, green, red, yellow, and purple highlight marker Christians. And they really don't know. They use the word, but they don't really understand its import. So I want you to see from the Bible perspective what this is really all about. So when I say faith, the rest of this evening is going to come out of what I'm going to show you now. Romans chapter 3, if you have to say I have it. All right, verse 27. Paul says, where is boasting then? It is excluded by what law? L-A-W. Of works? No. But by the law, L-A-W, law of faith. So I submit to you that Bible faith, not religious faith, not denominational faith, not theological faith, but B-I-B-L-E faith is a spiritual law that functions and operates in the kingdom of God. And if you don't understand that and know what it's all about, you can live your whole Christian life on a very mediocre level and never really achieve all that Christ died to provide for you. It's a law. And when God set laws in motion, they are inflexible. They don't change. They're there forever. And laws are put into operation for a purpose, to accomplish an end. And we need to know what that end is so that we can cooperate with the law. It's a spiritual law. The law of faith. Not a feeling. Oh, I got it. Oh, I didn't do that. No. It's not a feeling. It's a law. Just like gravity is a natural law, this is a spiritual law. In fact, everything in the kingdom of God operates by the law of faith. And if you don't know that and how to cooperate with that law, then you're not going to be able to take advantage of the purpose for which God created the law. Now, you've heard of the Garden of Eden, I'm sure. Right outside the Garden of Eden, there was a very large concreted area called the tarmac. It had a 12-foot barbed wire fence all the way around the four sides. At each corner was a gun tower manned 24 hours a day by military personnel. They had searchlights at each one of these corners, and the guards were equipped with AK-47s to guard the aircraft that was parked on the tarmac. There was a 747-400 Boeing jetliner. Right next to the Boeing jetliner was the Concorde jetliner, the fastest and one of the very few commercial jets that was in service some years back. And then there was next to that the SR-71 Blackbird, the fastest airplane on the planet. And the soldiers were there to guard the aircraft to be sure that nobody tampered with it. Now, you're thinking that I'm being facetious, and I'm talking about something that's funny, but I want to show you something. In 1903, two brothers, one named Orville and one named Wilbur, at a place called Kitty Hawk, decided that man could fly. And they built a little contraption called a biplane. The first motor-powered aircraft, and they took to the air and were credited with making the first manned flight. Well, whether you realize it or not, there's a long time between the Garden of Eden and 1903. How come somebody didn't fly in 1757? How come someone didn't fly in 1395? You know why? Because what allowed Orville and Wilbur to fly was coming in contact with the LAW, law of aerodynamics. They found out how to cooperate with that law, they did so and they were able to fly, and man has been flying ever since. But why didn't they fly back in the Garden of Eden? Because nobody understood that there was a law that they could cooperate with and fly. But when Orville and Wilbur made the flight in 1903, that is not when the law of aerodynamics started functioning. It's just when they discovered it, cooperated with it, and took advantage of it.